This is the afternoon weather briefing for Monday, May 19th. This is James Spann. Things are nice and quiet this afternoon. We'll stay quiet during the day tomorrow. Then we'll deal with active thunderstorms tomorrow night. Storms could be severe, including the chance of damaging wind, hail, a few tornadoes. All the new model data is in, so we'll look at it together. We'll start with the current situation, which is what we typically like to do. This is the upper air look, about 18,000 feet off the ground. Big trough in the western states coming out of the Rockies. That's gradually progressive. In advance of that, we have rising air motion, upper air diffluence, favorable pattern for severe weather. But the main severe storms through tonight will be well to the west of here. That's the visible satellite view, and the sky is partly to mostly sunny across the state, and accordingly, there's just not much on radar at all. Most of the state totally rain-free at mid-afternoon, and any showers tonight or during the day tomorrow should be very isolated. Most places will stay dry. The next big event will be tomorrow night. We're in the 80s in most spots. Birmingham, 85. The same thing for Huntsville, upper 80s for Mobile and Dothan. We are expecting a pretty big cool down later this week. We might see a few cooler pockets over North Alabama in the upper 40s by Friday morning. How about that? Here's the watch warning map. So in advance of that new storm system, we have tornado watches now, all the way from North Texas through the eastern half of Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, western Missouri, northwest Arkansas, southeast Nebraska. Flash flood watches for parts of Arkansas, Missouri, eastern Kentucky, southern West Virginia. Have a moderate risk. That's a level 4 out of 5. The areas in red on that map through tonight. This is for the eastern half of Oklahoma and some of the adjacent states. The broader risk running from Texas up into parts of the Corn Belt. And again, extreme northeast Alabama clip with a marginal risk. But again, any storms that form up there should be very widely scattered or isolated. And there might be some small hail or strong winds. But most of the state will see no rain at all tonight and during the day tomorrow. So here's the outlook tomorrow. We have a risk of severe storms across the Ohio and the Tennessee valleys into the deep south. And keep in mind, this outlook does extend through early Wednesday morning. But for most of Alabama, the concern, it's tomorrow night after 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. We have a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk down to about Interstate 59, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Gadsden points north. Areas in orange on the map. A level 2 out of 5 risk defined down to around Greensboro and Clanton and Ranburn. A level 1 out of 5 marginal risk down to Thomasville, Montgomery, and Opelika. And we'll take a look at all the modeling on this here in just a second. But this is the probabilistic outlook for tornadoes with this event. And you can see there is a hatched area over northwest Alabama, and by definition, that means there could be a strong tornado in that area. And by definition, that would be EF2 or higher, and that's in the enhanced risk north of Birmingham, the northern third of the state. And if you like the numbers game, what this means, the probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point is 10 to 14%. But where they do form, they could be strong. I would suggest this is the greater concern, the chance of damaging straight-line winds, and the probabilities have gone up over the northern third of the state. We are now in that purple circle up in North Alabama. This would include Huntsville, the Shoals, Decatur, Athens, Cullman, Haleyville. A 45 to 59% of damaging wind tomorrow night within 25 miles of a given point. Basically 50-50. That's pretty high. And again, that is the greatest concern. And there could be some hail as well. And again, we'll look at modeling here in just a second. Now let's go to day 3, which is Wednesday, a marginal risk on the mid-Atlantic coast. Rain for the next 7 days, valid through Memorial Day, Monday morning of next week. About 1 inch for the north, not much at all for South Alabama, which is great if you're headed south. And probably about 80% of Alabama will be headed south at some point this week because school's out. We're done for the school year. Here we go, model fans, the GFS, 12Z run, 4 o'clock tomorrow. Upper trough going negative tilt just north and west of Alabama. And again, that's a good diffluent upper flow, helping the rising air motion. The surface low, it's pretty far north. It's over Iowa, but still we can have severe weather in a position like that, and certainly there's a good chance of that. The trailing front down through Little Rock. So let's go to the high-resolution modeling. Got a lot of outdoor high school graduations tomorrow night and many questions, and so hopefully we can give you some answers. And remember, as you look at these maps, you know what I'm going to say. All models are wrong, and some are useful. And typically the HER is very useful. This is valid tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock Central Time. And again, if the storms are somewhat cellular like this, that would mean a higher chance of tornadoes. If the line is solid, then the greater chance would be from damaging straight line winds, the greater threat. And again, this is showing somewhat of a broken line, so certainly we could see a few isolated tornadoes. And again, at this point, the better chance would be over the far north, the northwestern part of the state, Huntsville back over toward Florence, maybe down toward Russellville, Moulton. And again, that's 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So by 10 o'clock tomorrow evening, everything kind of organizes into a line that's coming into Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Gadsden. Again, that's 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And again, the storms could produce strong, damaging straight-line winds. And even within the line, there could be a few isolated tornadoes. And then this is tomorrow night at midnight. The line should be weakening at that point as it moves down into the central part of the state. The upper dynamics are lifting out. Weakening should be in progress, and we don't expect any severe weather for the southern half of the state really after midnight tomorrow night. So let's look at the severe weather parameters. This is going to be the surface-based CAPE. This is buoyancy, and that's obviously one of the needed ingredients for severe thunderstorm formation, and the numbers are pretty robust here. This is suggesting we could see surface-based CAPE values in the 2 to 3,000 joule per kilogram range across the northern half of the state. This is the SRH, the storm relative helicity, veering of the wind with altitude in relation to storm motion. And those are not overly high, but they're certainly supportive of rotating updrafts and a few tornadoes. And accordingly, this is the STP, the significant tornado parameter. This is a composite index. And we see some values of 4 to 5 units over northwest Alabama, north and west of Birmingham. And again, this is valid tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. So in terms of the timing, these are kind of the windows that we have open here for the northern third of the state. The main chance, the core chance of severe storms and a few tornadoes, damaging wind would be from North Alabama, 5 until 9 p.m. That's the Tennessee Valley down to Coleman. For Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, the core window between 8 p.m. and midnight. And then the storm should be weakening as they approach Montgomery and US 80, Interstate 85. But again, there the storms arrive between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. So again, this is tornado season. Understand this is nothing unusual here. Alabama's tornado season, November through May. And again, if you have in one note, we do need to mention the Weather Service in Birmingham. They have a mandatory software upgrade that's been planned for a long time. They can't move it. And because of this, weather radio service is down. Just for the Weather Service in Birmingham, the transmitters that are under their county warning area, and this is for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So if you are in the Birmingham National Weather Service CWA, county warning area, the weather radio will not sound for this event. That's important to note. And all the apps will be fine. The warnings will be issued fine. The dissemination is fine. The only thing that will not be working, it's NOAA Weather Radio. And this is probably the only time that'll ever happen. So just be aware of that. So be sure you get a good app. Our ABC 3340 weather app is good. And, of course, it doesn't affect what we do at all. We get the warnings. We have the radar. Everything is working, and the warnings are issued. You just won't have service from NOAA Weather Radio. So let's go to Wednesday. Everything's quiet and maybe a lingering shower over the southeastern corner of the state Wednesday morning, but most places will be dry. Highs in the low 80s. Thursday should be a dry day, low 80s. Friday, beautiful, cooler. A reinforcing surge of cooler air drops in. Highs drop in the 70s over the northern third of the state. Friday morning, we start the day in the 50s. And again, Friday or Saturday morning, there could be a few cooler pockets in the upper 40s. So what about Memorial Day weekend? Many questions, and let's see if we can sort through the GFS. And again, we really won't have a confident look at Memorial Day until we get past the storms tomorrow night. Once that happens, have a much better glimpse into the weekend. But I think we are going to need to mention at least a chance of showers. Not a big widespread rain, but showers. This is Saturday, and the same thing on Sunday. Not a washout, Not going to rain everywhere, but a chance of showers Saturday and Sunday, with the highs mostly in the upper 70s and low 80s. Very comfortable. Temperatures below average. And then on Memorial Day, we're seeing evidence that a surface front might be approaching, and that could bring an uptick in the number of showers and storms. So the bottom line is, at the moment, we're going to mention a chance of showers Saturday and Sunday, then a much better coverage of showers and storms on Monday, Memorial Day. Even then, not raining all day, but we'll have some rain at times. Let's go out 10 days. This is Thursday of next week, May 29th. Look at the trough over the eastern states, and if that's right, it would be pretty pleasant here. Again, we could be down in the 50s right there at the end of May, and that doesn't happen that often. Temperatures coming off rain for Birmingham coming off the European ensemble. We're always looking for the green line on that chart. That's the mean of the ensemble members. About 2.5 inches between now and the 2nd of June. Now temperatures coming off the NBM, National Blend of Models. Tomorrow, 88. And then the numbers start to come down. Low 80s on Wednesday and Thursday. Mid to upper 70s on Friday, Saturday. Around 80 for much of next week. And notice those 50s, mid-50s, both Friday and Saturday morning. And again, some of the cooler pockets over North Alabama could reach the upper 40s. And the latest long-range guidance just in. This is for May 27th through June 2nd. We can celebrate a blue color on that map anytime in May, June, July, August. Temperatures below average. That's a good thing. So again, if you're just joining us, we're live at 2:50. Things are very quiet now. There's nothing on radar. We expect no problems tonight or during the day tomorrow. But tomorrow night, we have an enhanced risk of severe storms over the northern third of the state, along and north of Interstate 59. That's level 3 out of 5. Within that area, we could see a few tornadoes. And if we do, they could be strong, where you see the hatched area on that map. And by strong, the definition is EF2 or higher. And the probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a given point, 10 to 14%. The greater concern, it's damaging straight-line wind, the chance of damaging wind within 25 miles of a given point up in the Tennessee Valley and parts of North Alabama, 45 to 59%, the purple on that map. And again, the window opens up late tomorrow afternoon, about 5 o'clock for North Alabama, 5 to 9 for North Alabama. For Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, the window 8 to midnight. And then south of Birmingham, the storm should be weakening. But they'll reach Montgomery probably toward midnight, maybe 1 a.m. in a weakening phase at that point. No severe storms expected for South Alabama. So that'll wrap it up today. Tomorrow, going to be speaking in Tuscaloosa to a group called Home in Place, which is kind of a cool ministry. They serve seniors age 60 and above in Tuscaloosa County. They offer a lot of critical services. I look forward to seeing my friends there. Going to be in Gadsden on Wednesday at the University of Alabama Gadsden Center, their preschool program. Friday, got a homeschool group, and I guess technically that's my last school group of the season. I'm done with the school buildings. They're all closed. They're closing this week for the summer. But I'll be at Valley Creek Baptist Church in Hueytown on Thursday morning. And no book signing this Saturday. We had a great time out at Tannehill State Park this past Saturday. It was a huge crowd, and we had a great time. Thanks to everybody for coming out to see us. Don't forget it's Monday, which means it's Weather Brains Night, the weekly show for weather geeks, dweebs, nerds, dorks, and weenies. We will be live at 7 Central, and we have a lot to talk about. Goodness, a lot to talk about. Live at 7 o'clock Central, youtube.com/weatherbrains. And the podcast version comes out late tonight. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday evening, and God bless.